Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chocolate Hazelnut Podcast. I'm Hazelnut, and today we have another great show for you. Um, as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
All right. So, with that, we're going to introduce a topic that's a little bit different than our normal stuff. We're going to talk about the importance of foreplay in a relationship. Is it needed to spice things up, or is it a must have? Or how often you should do it? So, we're going to jump into a video that's going to be talking about this topic. We would like for you guys to chime in down at the comment section. Don't forget to follow us here on YouTube, also on a variety of podcast apps to include Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Deezer.
Deezer. Just look for Chocolate Hazelnut Podcast. Let's get started.
You can't just jump right into it, guys, and just grab a girl's hip and just start pounding it in. Slow your roll. Take some time to really ease into it, I guess you could say, or even.
You know I have to say something. So you can't just grab a girl hip, start pounding in, like, hey, let's get it. We can't do that.
No, but I laugh because I feel like the start of this video is just like, you can't just, and I'm just like, but you're jumping right in, but okay.
Hey, that's what she said. Hey, let's keep going.
Like warm up. I like to call it the warm up stage, or the foreplay stage. We don't foreplay enough inside of porn. It's basically really going straight to it. Don't do that. Girls need a lot longer to warm up. If you guys remember on episode 34 when we had Susan on there, who was the.
So she said they don't foreplay inside of porn,
Right.
but they do a lot of.
Wait, the question
sex.
is, are these porn stars?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, long story short,
we can look
there's
it up.
that, but then
We can look it up later.
no, that's
and
okay.
You might end up with a handful, but
Well, you know what, you guys, y'all can leave me a comment and let me know. All right, do that.
all right. But they do a lot of oral sex and other stuff, kissing and trying to role play. That's not considered foreplay in porn. But let's get back to the topic because
Okay.
we're going to talk about relationships on a second.
Sex intimacy experts. Yeah, expert. She had even said, we're like a muffin, an English muffin. You gotta grab it, you gotta put it inside of the toaster, you gotta push the button. There's a lot of prep that goes into it. And then when ding it goes off and you think she's ready, no, it's not crispy enough, and you gotta put it back into the toaster. Like that is a woman 110%.
Oh my. So so are you like an English muffin? You got to push the button, ding, you're ready.
Twice,
start off?
Hey. Yeah, no. I don't think the English muffin is a good analogy at all. Like at all.
So, the point of this video is to show that women want foreplay. Now, I'm going to ask you as a woman, you get to represent all your kind.
You can't say that because I don't represent all women.
Well, today
I can give you my opinion though.
Unless you got some people you want to intertwine in this conversation, you are all women on the face of the planet today.
Yeah, no.
So
hold on.
How important is foreplay to you before sex?
Okay, so for me personally, no, I'm not gonna speak for all women because all women are not the same, all men are not the same. We're not even gonna play that game today. However, for me personally, foreplay is not necessarily a must every single time. Like, if it's like one of those things where it's like kind of a special night or something, is kind of going on, or maybe you want to like get a little bit more emotion put into it, I feel like then foreplay is like a little bit more warranted for me. But otherwise, if I'm just like rearing, ready to go, whatever, it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. Jump in, like So it depends. Also, I understand that a lot of men, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, sort of like foreplay for the simple fact of it gives the woman kind of a little bit more pleasure, and a lot of men as far as I've heard, want to like, make sure that she's well rounded or whatever, because, for various reasons I've heard things as far as like I simply like to do that for her, all the way to like, well, I know that, my stamina isn't as much as she would want, so I do this and that makes up for it or whatever. So I'm gonna let you jump in there.
So for me, it's like, hey, come sit on my face. Let's have a good time tonight. That's what it is. So when it comes to foreplay, whether you're role playing, using whips, gags, you know, little little oral sex, you know, those things are fun. But if you're going too long, I'm halfway there before you even get started. So let's just be honest. Cause you don't got me excited, choke me, spank me, bit my lip. Girl, you about to get these 2 seconds and get up off me. I'm just saying. It just depends on how long the foreplay is. I don't mind it. But if we in there foreplaying for like 30, 45 minutes, don't be mad when you only get 5 to 10 minutes. Cause, you know, jack me off, suck me off, you know, did all kinds of things to me, and I'm halfway excited, halfway there. Don't get mad, and I don't return the favor. Mentally, I'm halfway there before you even get started.
Okay.
But yes, foreplay is fun. Just don't let it last too long. And the
So
kinkier, the better.
what is too long? You said like
Let's
45
not,
minutes.
let's not do 30, 45 minutes. Let's be in there about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Let's pleasure each other in ways that should be illegal to the law. And let's just have some fun with it. Let's be spontaneous with it. Let's not
So
be
do you
scripted.
think that and I didn't get a clear answer there, but
The clear answer is 10 to 15 minutes foreplay.
is that every time or just
Let's make it spontaneous. It doesn't.
okay?
I don't need foreplay every time. Hell, we can walk. We can walk through the door, drop your pants, and let's get it.
Okay. So what do you think when she said, as far as women need longer to get there, versus men?
Well, that's a proven scientific fact. So that's when you bring in toys into the bedroom.
So wouldn't that
If
go
I get
along?
mine, and she don't get hers, we can find ways to make that up. Whether it's toys, um, several ways. If not, most likely, I want to try to get you to get yours before I get mine. Anyway, unless you're one of those women who get yours and say, "Oh, you got to go." Then once I find that out, then the hell with what you want, because you don't care what I want. But if we're in a relationship, of course, I want to make sure you get yours. If I can help you get yours 2, 3 times, but some women, y'all stubborn. Y'all want 45 minutes of just pleasure for you, and then that's it. Even my stomach agrees. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh no! You're not gonna end it like that. You're gonna have to talk about this.
what else is there to talk
What
about?
do you think about it? Do you think it take women longer to get started?
Um, I don't know. I would say that if a woman is highly attracted to you, and she knows that that's what she wants to do, I feel like she doesn't need all of that. Like she's good. But I feel like if either she's mentally not there, like let's say that, you're in a long term relationship, y'all been together for 5 years, y'all got kids, and you're ready to go. She's saying she's exhausted, and you're like, but babe, and she's like, well, I'm not in the mood. So I feel like in those instances, it's a little different. But I feel like overall, it's not necessarily that she needs that all the time. I feel like there's a time and a place. So there will be times and times where she needs that extra to either get her there, to get her in the mood or what have you. But then I feel like other times she's ready, and that's that. Like
So, how do you feel about role play?
And
Do
I
you
don't see
consider that
anything wrong with that.
foreplay, or is that just part of the?
Do I personally?
No. How do you feel about it?
I don't think anything's wrong with role play. Like if that's what you and your partner chooses to do, I feel like that's fine. Like if y'all want to dress up, and pretend to be Pikachu and Ash or whatever, like go for it. If that's what gets y'all off, I mean, I don't see it as you guys are hurting anybody else. You're doing
So,
whatever makes sense to y'all.
role
Do
play
it.
can be fun. What if the guy is into role play and he tell you, "Hey, put that strap on and peg me"?
Well,
Are you gonna do
I, mm, I for me personally, that's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying that that's wrong for anybody else, but personally for me, I'm good.
it? Have you ran into that ever?
I've heard about it.
You heard about it? What they say? Give us a story.
I
Give us a
mean,
story that you've heard. Come on now. Let the people hear you.
well, I'll tell you this. The very first time that I really kind of heard and understood what pegging was when I was being told by a friend of like another friend's experience with it. So basically, the guy wanted to be pegged, and he was asking his then wife at the time to do it, and she did not feel comfortable doing it, and he didn't understand why she couldn't just do this for him. And I was like, and so she was venting to the friend who was telling me about the story. And, she was just using the term pegging. And I was just like, okay, you're going to have to slow down. What does that mean? And,
I know they laughed at you.
well, yeah.
You had to be like 15 not to know what that meant.
Actually, it was much later than that. I will not tell you how much later.
How old were
But,
you when you had to ask that question?
uh, I was in my early 20s.
Oh, so yesterday.
But yeah, so then I was like, whoa, I was like, hold on. I was like, is he straight? Like, that was the first question that came across my mind.
You stole my
Obviously,
question.
that was the first thing I asked. I was like, okay, but
So after you have asked all those questions or thought about those questions, did she say he's bisexual, gay, what?
no, he
Yes.
was as far as she understood and explained to me, he was just a regular, just straight guy who enjoyed that. He also enjoyed rimming, and that's what led to him wanting to be pegged.
Right.
Because
I'm just.
I was gonna say, now if you knew what pegging was, you know what rimming was.
What about getting your booty leg?
That's rimming.
No,
Okay.
that's why I asked it.
I mean, what about it though?
Is that considered foreplay? No.
It can be. I mean,
Does
but
Memphis
see,
play?
I don't know if that would like. Okay, let's step back for a second. What is your actual definition of foreplay? Because some of the things you're asking to me,
everybody has a different.
I know, but I said your definition.
For me, foreplay is everything leading up to the act of intercourse.
Coitus.
Yeah, if you want to say that, penetration.
Okay.
Like the full everything.
So by that definition, then you do foreplay every time, like, because like if you think about it, unless
how you know what I do?
Listen to what my reasoning for it, because if you're saying that, like, hold on,
sexual acts that is not penetration leading up to that.
That's my point. So by that definition, you, meaning anybody, would do foreplay every time, because usually before people have the actual act of sex, they are kissing, they're probably like touching, they're doing something prior to the actual act of sex. So by that definition, then everybody's doing foreplay every time. Like very rarely will you be like, you know what? Like you're having dinner, you're not saying anything explicit, you're not doing anything to enhance a sexual atmosphere, and then you're like, all right, let's go, and you go straight to it without any other thing. Very rarely does that happen.
Shit, I will. But
okay,
that's
but that's why I asked for your definition. So like the other questions you're asking, like, okay, what about this? What about that?
Well,
Technically, all of those things are foreplay.
All of
in
those
their
things,
own
all of those
form.
can be foreplay because those acts can take place also after the act of penetration, which would mean it wouldn't be foreplay at that time because fore is to come before the play.
Okay. But say that they go one quick round or whatever.
Yeah, I got her.
They go ahead and haha, you wish. They go back to, like, doing the other stuff that we're
Oh, I got one
describing.
other thing. I got her choking on her words.
Oh, how hard. You're so funny. So then they go back to, doing the oral sex and doing the
Yeah, it's
rimming
not
and
for
doing all of the other
it's
stuff, and
not
then they go
foreplay then.
back again to another round. Is that still not
No,
foreplay, or
it's
what
not
is that in
foreplay.
between?
That's just the intermission.
Okay.
They're taking a break, they're stretching, they're getting some water, and then they're getting warm right back up to go in for the second half, second quarter, whatever. Depends on how many rounds they're going. The warm up act was the very first part. After that, anything goes. We exploring all the holes.
Well, all right. On that note, you guys go ahead, leave us a comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Do you agree or disagree on women needing foreplay every time, or it takes them longer to get there? Let us know your thoughts.
And let us know what you think foreplay is to you, and how long it should happen, or when it should happen every time. So we're gonna switch up a little bit and try to make things a little spicy from time to time. So just be ready. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for this episode. We'll catch you in another one.